Hello Virgo, welcome to your January 2022 reading. I'm going to do a general romance forecast in a horseshoe spread that does a 3 months and 12 months outcome, and then I'll do a one-on-one reading if you have a specific person in mind. I also have oracle cards that I'll pull from Spirit that give you a bird's eye view of the situation, and then I have oracle cards from your person if you have a specific person in mind, and then I have some Eros Kiss sex cards if you want to get a few sex cards tarot readings, and I'll finish with angel card readings too for advice. I did mix the cards off camera, but I do like to mix them once or twice on camera just for good measure. Amazing. As many times as I shuffle the cards, I still get the same ones that come out. Alrighty, so it's in the middle. So for you, Virgo, we got the past, present, and future 3 to 4 months out. You in a nutshell, your environment, your hopes and or your fears, and then we got your 12-month outcome. And I'm gonna tell you, it's looking good. 12 months from now. Alrighty. So it looks like okay, well, we got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. She's normally about resourcefulness, having money, spending her money wisely, having full abundance and fertility with the little rabbit. But it's upside down. And we got Dawn Eos, which is about new beginnings, having a positive outlook. So I'm not sure. It seems like in the past you didn't feel very good about money, and it kind of took your outlook down. Perhaps you thought, well, if I don't have money, I can't date anyone. Like, who would want to date someone who's poor? Who would want to date someone that has a roommate? Who would want to, date someone who doesn't have a car? Something about you just not believing you have money. Maybe you had cut hours during the pandemic, cut pay. It could be that. And having money helps you, on a practical point of view, make a living, so then you could work on the icing on of life, which is love. The present situation for you, interesting. So Orpheus is like he's a very creative singer. All the animals like listening to him, but the thing about Orpheus is, I believe he, his wife died and went to Hades, hell, and Hades and Persephone agreed to let him bring his wife back in the only instance that's really been recorded, in mythology, because his song was so good and so emotionally moving that they agreed to this. And the thing was, he was supposed to take her out and not look back at her until they got out to the end of the cave. But at last, stretch of the cave, he looked back, and then she died and disappeared. Side story, I guess. Okay, so it looks like for you, though, I won't go into the dark part of the card. Now, it looks like you're having a good time. You're really expressing your emotions right now. People want to hear what you have to say. And it looks like someone might even be watching you, maybe from afar, seeing you express all these emotions. You could actually even literally be making songs or music or lyrics or some sort of poetry, something that's spoken or, done in the physical realm. Present situation for you, Virgo. We got Maid's Wisdom, and we got the 7 of Cups, which isn't necessarily bad. I don't know why I said it like that. I don't know why I said it like that. So it looks like in the future there's going to be a lot of choices, confusion, illusions. You might not be sure if you're making the right choice, but you're going to be using your wisdom. You can use your grounded, practical nature to make the right choice. Pull next card you want, I guess. Yeah, it could be that someone might be trying to, one of your choices might be someone's trying to rush you into doing something you don't want to do, because this Temperance is about balance and patience and stuff and healing, but it's upside down. And then you got the Page of Wands, who can be like just get out, go kind of attitude. But I mean, when you have made this here, you'll make the right choice because you have all the wisdom you need. For you, in a nutshell, we got Hercules, Protector, and we got the Two of Wands. So it looks like you're not quite right to make a you're not quite ready to make a decision right now. You're wanting to hold back your heart and protect yourself. Yeah, it looks like I normally like the Queen on the right side up, but it's about her. The Queen is she cut the chains on her hands, cut the bindings on her hands, and she's freed herself and enlightened herself with truth on her own. She's looking towards the future, not to the past, and she's above all the chatter and the gossip of the clouds. She's above it all. So it's like you kind of want to make a decision, and you're about to release yourself. But you're not quite ready. There's some sort of hidden truth, hidden darkness that you haven't reconciled yet, and you're not quite sure if you want to face the dark side of your heart yet. Hinky. No. Okay. No. Okay, so this is your environment right here. So, it's not necessarily something you can control, but the weather does affect whether you could, go out, stay in, wear a raincoat, whatever. So it looks like around you in your environment, in your social circles and your workplace, there could be people kind of in their heads worried about something, anxiety, anxious. There might be even some secrets, lies, some sort of hidden agenda, unfortunately, around you. And that's not the most nurturing environment for finding love, but you will find it eventually. So I mean, that's just the environment. You can't control it. Weather forecast right there. This is your hopes or your fears. So Artemis is a very skilled hunter, and she does seem appropriate for Virgo because she's a very earthly kind of person. She has also a little dog ear here. She's also known for her ravishing beauty. So it seems like one of your hopes is, having people know you for your ravishing beauty. It looks like you fear being manipulated, being lied to, having people use all their tools against you. If you give them all the tools, can you trust them with it or not? Or will they hurt you? Will they use something that you give them, to backstab you? You're afraid of that. So this is pretty good. We got your 12-month outcome here, the Lovers. So it looks like you're going to finally find something that you really like. I'll pull another card or two. Oh god, yeah. Let me just push this over here so you can see it. So I just wanted to get a few more cards to expand on that. Yeah, you're going to finally find your divine calling. It's going to be something that you're really meant to have. It's going to feel like you're going to feel rejuvenated. You're going to feel pulled toward them. Like, it's going to be magnetic. It's going to be definitely your wish fulfillment with your 9 of Cups here. So everything you're wishing for, don't get distracted with the chaff over here. Hold out for the real deal over, the 12-month outcome. We also got Hygeia, good health. So it seems like, let me read this Hygeia card. I don't want to misinterpret it. Hygeia, good health. Hygeia was the daughter of Asclepius, a famed physician who could heal any conditions. However, it is not enough to rely on medicine to correct that which ails the body, and the ancient Greeks called on her for good health as a way of life, not just for healing things that go wrong. General fitness is important to you too. Hygeia would like to assist you in prevention of the sickness through cleanliness and good hygiene. The hymn Hygeia pointed out that the delights of such children, wealth, and love could only be enjoyed with her blessings. The serpent was the symbol of healing and health, and images of Hygeia often showed her holding a large snake which she fed from a bowl, demonstrating her caring nature. Hygeia seeks to encourage a healthy will of life which will support your ambitions, activities, and peace of mind. So maybe think about detoxing, exercising, meditation, or help your body manage stresses of today's fast-paced life. So, it does look like the person, you're a Virgo, and Hygeia's like, you know, kind of related to you guys as like being healthy. Virgos are about cleanliness, really. It could be a healthy relationship, or maybe you need to help them with their health somehow. Maybe they'll be very nurturing to you by feeding you. You know, nurturing that snake. But overall, I mean, that sounds like a great outcome for you guys. So, let me push this over here. Alrighty. So, I'm going to pull these cards to the side, and then I'll shuffle them and prepare them for doing a one-on-one relationship spread with you guys. Give me 1 second. I don't want to bore you by making you watch the shuffling. Alright, Virgo. I'll do one more on camera. I always have to split it. OCD. Alright, so this is going to be a relationship spread next, if you have a specific person in mind. Or it could be a future person you haven't met yet. Interesting. Okay, so if there's a specific person in mind, just remember the 12-month outcome does show you is finding that union, that calling you want. Whether it's going to be with this person or not, we'll find out. Or it could be someone else, maybe someone you haven't met yet. So, let me move this a little bit over. So this side is typically you, the current, and this side is typically your person. If you do feel like you need to change the roles, you can, since it's a general reading. So right now, it looks like you're in your head. You're doing a lot of crying, thinking, overthinking. You might have trouble sleeping. You might have bad dreams when you do get to sleep. You might be replaying some sort of bad situation that might have happened. I don't necessarily want to expand on something that's going to be so negative. I want to focus on the negative. It looks like you might feel even ugly. Like maybe, I don't know if this is going to sound, maybe someone called you fat or ugly. Someone didn't like how you looked. Maybe someone said something about your body image, which is a horrible thing for someone to do or say. Maybe you're just worried about it because you're on Instagram a lot, and you know it's just feeding onto that everyone else is a Photoshop body. So why isn't my real body, you know, like that? So this is your person. We got secrets and juggling. Not their great energy, but I mean, I guess it makes sense with the rest of the cards. So someone hasn't made a decision. They're still trying to decide between A or B. They're not sure, and they have a secret. They're holding back some of the truth, and that's not fair or respectful to you at all. If you're trying to make an informed decision and choose and be loved and respected by someone, they had to tell you the truth. And if they're holding something back, they're clearly, you know, they clearly didn't love you. Unfortunately, to say. And then here, the past shared energy between you and the person, you know, you're thinking of. Trickery, Trojan horse, and the Knight of Cups. So it looks like someone did present an offer to you in the past, but they weren't quite honest with it at all. They had some sort of hidden agenda, and the Trojan horse thing is, you know, they weren't allowing the horse in, but, you know, a whole army jumped into this wooden horse, and the horse was willingly brought into the horse, and then, like, they were able to attack it and destroy the city. So it could be like someone gave you an offer, but it wasn't a genuine offer. They were just trying to hurt you or get one on you in the past, which is, again, a terrible thing to say, but no wonder you're feeling not good about life right now. if someone did something like that to you. We got merrymaking in reverse and death. Generally this is a card about feeling good, happy, and partying, but honestly when it's upside down it almost looks more like a brawl to me. It looks like, you know, it looks like a full-on fight. It looks like chaos. It looks like a mob. It looks like, it doesn't look like a fun place to be at. What is that? It looks like a mosh pit. That's what I'm going to say. It's like a mosh pit to me. And if you do want to interpret it on the softer side, it could be that there's no partying or there's some discord, but still it doesn't look great. I guess it could be over partying too. But that is paired with death. That's the card of something dying and something being transformed, resurrection. The first step to resurrection. The card of death is like, how will you face it? Will you beg? Will you deny it? Will you see it and wonder? Or will you just give up and lay flat on your back? It's a very powerful card, and it's a major arcana card, so it's something that was supposed to happen, and it's not something you can really change one way or the other. So between you guys, there's a shared energy. There's some sort of, what I said was the mosh pit going, brawl, something's going on, and you know, you're trying to figure out how it's gonna pan out for the both of you guys. The near-term shared energy between you two. I know this looks like a card of grief, but occasionally I'll see it as a card of actually love, because when you don't have the swords there, you still have the heart. So it looks like there could be a wounded heart, but it's getting healed. You know, I got this card when I asked if I should go to Enrique Iglesias' concert, and when I was there, I was actually kind of scared. I was like, oh my god, what's going to happen at that concert? It's going to be bad. But when I was there, like, I could feel my heart beating, like, I mean, I was meant to be there, like, it was something that I was very passionate about, so it struck with me. That's why I got this card, and, you know, these cards are fixed printed, so you can't, like, take out the swords for certain scenarios. But yeah, so it looks like in the future term, whether you're with this person or not, you're going to start healing your heart. Yeah, Karen is the wounded healer. He actually can't heal himself, but he can heal everyone else, as silly as that sounds. So yeah, it looks in the near future, you know, there will be some healing. And don't forget your 12-month outcome did say, you know, you're going to have your destined love come around. Alrighty, so I'm going to pull these cards from Spirit. These are cards about your relationship status from a bird's eye view from Spirit. So it's truth more so than one person's opinion. So when the cards are upside down, I'll either see that as it's blocked, it's to the extreme, or it's the opposite. We'll see how it goes when we run through the cards. Hopefully they make sense to you. We got release. Radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. Which is funny, radical acceptance, and we got acceptance here. Acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. So this is definitely an extreme case. Self-care. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. Which is a good advice, since Virgo is a sign of health and wellness. So extreme. Different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision. So extreme. Retreat. Time alone or in nature will help you recharge. Extreme. Patience. Everything will unfold in divine timing. Extreme. Children. Children are an important part of this partnership. It could also be that someone is acting very childish if there's no actual kids involved. But yeah, the message just looks pretty clear, especially if we're going to take into account that one-on-one relationship reading. Someone's tricking you, someone's lying, they weren't up front, and you probably could just never trust them again. You can heal your heart and find something new. And you will find something new because in 12 months you have the Lover's card coming out. Okay. Well, this is just to give you something to look forward to. Let me give you a few of these Eros Kiss cards. Whether it's something you or your partner want to try, you could pick one or none of these as you choose to consider them. Okay, so we got shaved, spontaneous, spiritual connection, go to school, rip it off, hands-on, body hair, worship me, batteries acquired. Let me put this next to this. So it's interesting. So between you and your partner, there could be different preferences, like maybe one of you wants to be shaved and one of you likes body hair, or vice versa. So it's up to you. I would say always do what makes you comfortable with your body. I, for instance, when I was in a relationship that ended up being abusive, my partner demanded that I shaved. He would not let me to not shave, and it was, you know, in hindsight, that was stupid. I hated shaving. It hurt. It hurt when the hair grew in. It hurt the act of shaving, and I thought it looked ugly. I liked the natural bush. So I mean, do what you like, because if you're not comfortable in your own skin, I mean, what's the point of freaking living? And just because you don't like shaving or you do like shaving doesn't mean you should, I mean, in my, at least his opinion, project it onto someone else. Yeah. Everyone can have their own opinion, and you could find someone, if that's, you know, if it's a big deal for you, find someone else that does or doesn't groom the way you want. Spiritual connection. So in addition to just having a physical experience of sex, you want a spiritual connection too, which is very nice. And you didn't get the spiritgasm card, but I mean, you can get a lot of pleasure from a spiritual connection if you are intuitive or empathetic enough to feel that kind of stuff. Go to school. So this has two possible interpretations. The simple interpretation is like maybe one of you guys has a teacher fantasy, and the other more complicated explanation is maybe one of you guys needs to learn more about sex. Oftentimes when you're in high school, sex ed is not actually about sexuality at all. It's about the mechanics of sex, and basically they teach you not to have sex in sex ed. So perhaps you need to go to an adult store and find some extra classes about fellatio, cunnilingus, other forms of sex, maybe BDSM. I know the sex shop in San Antonio called the Love Shack. It used to do in-person classes, but now they do them all virtual. So if you went to Eventbrite and you Googled the Love Shack, you could find online classes that they have because of the pandemic response. That way, even if you're in a small podunk town, no one really talks about sex, you could still access the information you want. Privately. You don't even have to share your webcam in that thing. And we got rip it off. Maybe you or your partner likes the earthly pleasure of just like grabbing and ripping them off. They just want to get right down to business. Again, because you have spontaneous, they just want it to be like, man, did that just happen? We got hands-on, which is interesting because we have batteries required too. So you or your person might be on different pages, or maybe they like the combination of one likes hands-on, or they want some sort of power tools in the bedroom. We got spontaneous. We already covered that. I mean, they just want it to happen like without planning. They want it to be kind of like a natural occurrence. Worship me. So one of you guys might want to try worship, which is where someone is actually hands off. Worshipping is hands off, only using your tongue maybe, and not using your hands to give pleasure to the other person. By the way, I didn't mention this to the other sons, but I do have my song Judgment Day on YouTube also, which talks about some of these kinkier topics. It's a song though. Alright, next Virgo. I'm going to pull some cards from a specific person if you have a specific person in mind that you need to get cards from. Okay. I wasn't trying to get so many, but okay. They just keep coming out. I have trouble with intimacy. I can still see you standing there. Do you still feel my presence? Interesting, these came out together. Please forgive yourself. What the hell? I am sorry I left you while you were young. I wish things could be different. I pretend that I don't care. I wonder how you feel. I don't know what to say. So, if you were talking about that person that we had that one-on-one relationship with, it looks like they don't even believe that it's over. Like, they still see you there. They can't believe that you actually left. Which is weird, because they're asking, please forgive yourself. So, that would mean that they feel like you're the responsible party for the breakup. Maybe even asking for forgiveness or saying forgive yourself for leaving. Like, maybe it was something you had to do and you shouldn't feel bad about it, you know? You gotta take care of yourself first if no one else is gonna be doing it for you. Yeah. Maybe they don't like to even touch their emotions. You know, it's easier just to not say anything, not to say, hey, I want you back, not to reach out, because it's easier just to be silent. And that's why they wonder how you feel. That is what it is, man. Alright, I'm gonna pull these angel advice cards for you. Okay, so first we got Malachite Prosperity. There's a positive shift in your flow of divine support. And you know this because in your 12-month outcome you have the Lovers coming up. So, I don't know if Malachite's that common of a stone to find. I don't see it in too many jewelry shops. So, if you can't find it, you could always try to wear this greenish blue color to remind you of all the positive support around you. It can also help, you know, between the heart and the throat chakra. I don't have any malachite in my shop, but if you want to look at the jewelry that's blue or green, I have turquoise. If you do go to my online store to buy the handmade jewelry from me. You are safe. Archangel Michael. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you and your loved ones and home. So I don't know if that means you're feeling that you're not safe, you're worried about your safety, security, but we have Archangel Michael here to say you don't need to worry about that because he's got that covered. I was going to say boo, but I really never say boo. Boo or bae. I don't know. I don't say those words. I like using real words, but that's what I felt like saying, so okay. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So maybe you gotta work on yourself or work on the relationship, and not just hope things work out. Maybe that whole go to school thing is like you need to do some leveling up on your relationship skills. I do like the book All About Love by Bell Hooks. It actually helped me a ton when I was getting out of a bad relationship. I'm not getting paid by her or anything. I just think it's a good book. Music. This is actually a hobby job card, but I pulled it for you anyways. Music. Your connection to music is healing you and your others. So I think you had Orpheus come out in your spread too, if I'm not mistaken. But that might have been in your first spread. So it seems like music and expressing yourself is very important. So whether you write down lyrics on a page on the computer or you want to just pick up a guitar and start playing it. This guy has a violin. Something about self-expression will really help you. And I actually have been working on that too. For some reason, I guess I thought I know it sounds petty, but I was like, what the hell, that sounds gay when someone told me to write down thoughts, and I was like, that, you know, And I don't even use that word in an offensive way, so I don't know why that's why I thought, but that was what my monkey mind jumped to when someone recommended I write down and journal stuff, and I was like, what? That's not me at all. But actually when I started writing down stuff, I found I had a lot to say, and I was able to convert those into lyrics and music. So even if it sounds like an uncomfortable thought to start writing down your thoughts, it might actually turn out to be good, and you might be able to make some music from it, because we all know the best songs come from finding love and losing love. Listen to this, I don't know, just Bruno Mars, you know, talking about that song where he was like, when I was your man, you know, I should have done things, or, yeah, anyways, if you do want to see the song that I uploaded to YouTube, it's on my channel too. It's called Judgment Day. I think it's fun. I'm not a trained singer, so I mean, I did my best. You gotta start somewhere. We got Hestia home. So we also had home in this car. So maybe your advice here is to focus on your home, focus on your family, focus on kind of burrowing down, cleaning up your home, because you got a lot in your home to admire, be grateful for, and you've worked for every single thing in your house, and you deserve it. So show the universe that you appreciate these gifts that you've been given and earned, so you can get more. I guess one last little card. If you do have a question of what something will happen, I'll pull 2 cards. You could choose between A or B, or if you have 2 questions, you could just take, you know, A for one and B for the other one. So May, something will happen for you in May, and something will happen in 12 months. And remember that 12-month card, this is December 31st. 12 months from now is when you have that destined lover to show up. Alright, Virgo. Well, I thank you for joining, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like the video and subscribe. I'll post another video here next month.